I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another review. This is another Patreon review, this time from Mr. Majestic, and it is for a 1978 film called Blue Collar. Now, first off, if anyone's ever interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, you do so either by sending a request directly via my PayPal or by joining me on my Patreon. And this is a film that I did review in the past, but I could not find it. I think from time to time what happens is sometimes I'm just not happy with my previous reviews, so I'll delete them and then forget about it. I think this is one of those times because I'm a big fan of Richard Pryor. I love Richard Pryor, I miss Richard Pryor, and I mainly love him for his comedies. My personal favorite is See No Evil, Hear No Evil, which I know that review is still up. I love that film. Fuzzy Wuzzy Was a Woman. What's another bit from that? You swear an awful lot. You fucking ain't right. Other favorites, I like Stir Crazy. I actually like The Toy. I know a lot of people don't. I did enjoy... I did review Brewster's Millions when I did my John Candy Marathon. That's a film that I do like. I just wish John Candy and Richard Pryor had more together to do. Especially the end, because I thought at the end of that film, John Candy kind of should have been part of the very end of the film, because he's a very important character. I like that film, but I do wish, again, yeah, John Candy, Richard Pryor, there's just a bit more with the two of them together. Like, if they had the screen time like Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor had in See No Evil, Hear No Evil, that would have been great. But I do like Brewster's Millions. I do like Bustin' Loose, that's a fun film. But I do see that this guy would be capable of drama, and his showcase is here. Now, I believe it's directed by Paul Schrader, who had written Taxi Driver. I know apparently there's a lot of bad stuff on set, where all three actors, Yaphet, Kotto from Alien and The Running Man, Harvey Keitel, of course, we'll work with on... he was in Taxi Driver, Harvey Keitel, great actor, and Richard Pryor. Apparently... those three did not like each other. Harvey Keitel and Richard Pryor apparently would have fights with each other. Apparently this is the time of Richard Pryor's drug abuse. So the story is that he actually pulled a gun on Paul Schrader saying, we're not going to have more than 2 or 3 takes. And that almost led the director to a mental breakdown. Now, while I do like Richard Pryor, I don't excuse that behavior, that shitty behavior, no matter who it is. Whether you're on drugs or not. I do think he's a very talented comedian. I love his stand-up from Here and Now to Live in Concert, Live on the Sunset Strip. He has the matchstick. It's lit. What's this? Richard Pryor running down the street. Because this was after his... One person would say suicide attempt. Another person would say just he fucked up with drugs. Freebasing. So whatever it was, his head was on fire. So then later on, again, he did that joke with, yeah, you guys love me so much. Here's a matchstick on fire. What's this? Richard Pryor running down the street. But I wish he was around today to talk about all the bullshit. Can you imagine Richard Pryor? Maybe if Richard Pryor was born 10, 20 years later than his initial birth, he'd be around today, what the hell he would say with that same vigor, energy. But yeah, a lot of people don't like Richard Pryor's movies, but I like quite a bit of them. And this one is much more dramatic. There are moments of humor, but it's definitely more dramatic. It's about the working man. The title says it all. The union. Pretty much the three of them, Yaphet, Kotto, Harvey, Keitel, and Richard Pryor, they're making a meager living, working at, I think it's Ford that they're working for. They try to complain to the union. It's not doing much of anything. Richard Pryor complained about, I blew $20 in ballpoint pens trying to pick at my locker. I've been wanting my locker fixed for 6 months or so now. And then, actually, it's Lane Smith, he was on the Lois and Clark TV show. He was in The Son-in-Law with Paul Schrader, which I reviewed like a month or so ago. He says something, then Richard Pryor goes, "Thick my bit." Like, instead of suck my dick, thick my bit being a pen. Anyway, I should be trying to explain the joke. Damn near tore my fucking finger off trying to tear the locker off. And they each have their problems. Harvey Keitel, he's making little money. He can't even pay for a dentist. So at one point his daughter tried to make her own braces and that didn't work out. So then the three of them try to steal this safe to get a little bit more money, but there's really no money. There's a ledger. And the ledger pretty much showcases that the union and such have been into illegal activities, including dealing with organized crime. And then they're trying to figure out what to do with it. And sadly, each one of them suffers a different fate. And it does showcase how the up top will push the younger. I think even Yaphet Kotto says something about how they pit the young against the old. They pit black versus white. And they do this to keep us in our place. Which sadly is what happens at the end. So it's definitely a sobering movie. It's a well-made film. I think the first time I saw it, I wasn't so high on it because I knew it wasn't a comedy, but I didn't expect it to be that soberingly, I would say, depressing ending. Because these two guys, just spoiler alert, starting now, spoilers. Yaphet Kotto gets killed in an accident, but Harvey Keitel, Richard Pryor know it was an accident. And then so Harvey Keitel wants to fight him and goes to the FBI. One of them played by Cliff DeYoung, who I remember from films like this 80s movie I enjoy called Pulse. I think he was also in Dr. Giggles, which I reviewed and liked. But then Richard Pryor, you think you're white. See, you have more chances than I do. If I gotta kiss ass, I'm gonna pick the ass that I kiss. Sadly, it's Richard Pryor's character becoming hypocritical, because earlier, with these glasses on, he was complaining about a guy, oh, you want to protect your 18 years. Well, how, is my family better than yours? Yeah, you don't say you don't do all this, but you're not, because you want to protect your 18 years. So earlier, he was complaining to a guy for doing the same thing that now he's doing. So, but sadly, that is how it works. You get a little piece, you get a little bit of that sunlight, you want more of that sunlight. You get a little bit of that green, you want more of the green. You get a little bit of that hope to the promised land, you want to go full force into the promised land. So, it does show earlier his frustration when he's talking to one of the guys on this like bridge. It's like, why do you have to kill him? I could have talked to him about Yaphet Kotto. Why I could have done this. And then he tries to explain to Harvey Keitel, I need to protect my wife and kids. You do anything to protect your wife and kids. I need to keep them from, us from being homeless. Pretty much he's going to kiss ass and toe the company line and ignore what happened to his friend Yaphet Kotto. And now he got an upgrade. He's now a union rep or a union forum, or I forget the title. And Harvey Keitel, after almost getting killed by someone, he goes to the feds. And sadly it ends with the two former friends, Keitel and Pryor, ready to kill each other. Sadly, this is a film that you could kind of see today. I am surprised they haven't done a remake of this. And you wouldn't even have to change a thing. So in other words, just re-release the film. And even the music at the very beginning, at the very end. Dun, 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 dun. And it shows the hardships of the blue-collar man. It shows the reality of how higher-ups, they pit one against the other. The destruction of this friendship. Again, where they're ready to kill each other. I'm definitely more on Harvey Keitel's corner because they did murder your friend and then tried to kill him. But Richard Pryor, he wants to keep his family and his... So I kind of dislike the Richard Pryor character because A, he's a hypocrite. B, he talked all this big about, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then, which is realistic. I will say this is how it would really happen for not all, but a lot of people. He wants to toe the company line and then get the benefits of that. I think when I first saw this, I was wanting a fun but blue collar like comedy. Maybe I didn't know how serious the film would be, so I was taken a little bit aback. But watch it again, I do appreciate the acting of all the actors, especially the main three. Yaphet Kotto, it's sad that he gets sidelined. Just I like him as an actor. That's a guy that sadly... I think of Warning Sign, which he was good in, Alien, The Running Man. He was good in this. And then the other stuff I think of is just like very big parts. But nothing really that huge. Which is sad, he's a very talented actor. Richard Pryor, after this, he would... It's too bad he didn't... I try to remember, there is another movie that he did that was a little bit more serious. I forget what the hell it was called though. I'm sure someone will mention in the comments. I haven't seen it. But it's sad that around the late 80s, like instead of Another You, which was horrible, that was also when he was in the middle of his physical suffering because of what was going on with his body. But I think that would have been a point to do something dramatic again. I just think that would have been better than Another You, which again, when you have that affliction, it doesn't work with comedy. I think that's why like Michael J. Fox doesn't work anymore, and it's sad and it sucks because they're talented and they had a lot more to offer. But when you have someone doing this all the time, it's not... Laughter's... doesn't come to the forefront. And when the early stages, I just still enjoy Critical Condition. And I love See No Evil, Hear No Evil. I think that actually, in a weird way, helped because he's playing a blind guy. But Critical Condition, I still enjoy. One of the only few complaints I have about that is you can still see sometimes he's looking at you, but he's not really looking at you. And you catch that from time to time. And again, I like Critical Condition, but that's one of the sad things about that. But overall, I do enjoy that movie. Again, I like a lot of Richard's movies, and this was nice to see him do a dramatic role like this. And like I said, Harvey Keitel, I would never believe they hated each other because I think all three worked well together. But yeah, I watch it again. It's not a film I would rewatch because it's depressing. And I'm one of those guys that usually watches more uplifting movies or fun films. But it is a well done movie. It's a movie. I didn't see anything bad that the director did. And it has something to say that Sally is relevant today. Still as relevant today as it is back then, which is too bad. Sally, in a weird way, and this don't sound stupid, it seems as if we have regressed to the 1970s. Racial, political, hell, even drive-ins are kind of making a comeback. I mean, if you were to tell someone about a president that people hated, whether you like or hate him, I'm fine with either. I'm not going to get mad if you like or dislike Trump. I'm not. I don't get into politics. I don't talk politics. That's why I would gladly talk to someone who's for Trump, and I would gladly talk to someone who's against Trump. I'm not going to hate you for your political beliefs. Sorry. You can disagree and have conversations, but there you go. But if you subscribe to me and you like or dislike them, that's fine. I'm not going to be... But back then you had Nixon. People liked or people hated. You either had that, you had drive-in movie theaters. There's even talks of a Rocky film, and Rocky was back then. It's sad. It's sad, but what can you do? But thanks for watching. I do think if you want to appreciate Richard Pryor doing a little bit more dramatic, intense role, this is definitely a film to look at. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.